Hey guys, I am in a mall-ish place. I'm in the Time Warner building in Columbus Circle. What you're about to watch is an interview that I did with a girl named Delilah who's 22 years old, working a job that she may or may not absolutely want to work for the rest of her life. And she just asked me questions about the transition from quitting my job to starting my own business, about how I stay organized, about where my motivation comes from. It starts a little slow. David, my camera guy, and I weren't on the exact same page, so there's like random jump cuts and places where like the camera's not on us, but the audio's still running, and there's some city noises. But I promise, like especially the last 10 minutes, content really picks up. There's some really good stuff in there that can be applied like to fitness and to life, not just business stuff. So let me know what you think. Leave me a comment. Here it is.
Yeah.
For sure. I'm pumped to talk.
So I just wanted to know, so like I know how you were at an accounting firm for 2 years and then like you made the switch.
Yep.
So I just wanted to know like what gave you the courage to do that, or like how you actually went about doing that.
Yeah. Nothing gave me the courage to do it is the answer. The answer is that I hated every single day at my job so much that I was completely comfortable, like not being homeless, but I was comfortable like living a terrible lifestyle if it meant I didn't have to be there. I remember we had this like big client, and it was in busy season for accounting, which is January, February, March, and working. They were pretty long days, but the fact that I didn't like the work is what made them really long. So it was like 8 or 9 or 10 o'clock at night on a random Tuesday or Wednesday. And I remember we were on the 6th floor in like this closet room, and that's where where the auditors were, like basically in a closet. And I would go down, I would like say I was going to get coffee or say I was going to the bathroom because there were 4 of us or 5 of us in this tight little room. And really I was going downstairs because there was this painting of like an open field, like a farm. And I was just like dreaming of being a farmer or like doing manual labor or anything other than accounting. So it wasn't like, I never had courage to leave. I just knew I would regret not leaving. I knew if I look back on my life and I stuck with it, it would probably grow on me a little bit, and like I would rationalize that I was okay with working that job. But in my heart, I would have known like I took the easy way by just sticking with it.
Right. Okay.
Does that make sense? So it wasn't like courage so much as just severely disliked what I was doing.
Okay.
Now, the perceptions of others, like Delilah quit her job that was like super great, and now look what she's like, that's never gonna work. Like, people are gonna think that. People thought that. I got hate from people related to me. I got hate from like ex-accounting partners at the firm I quit from. I got hate from friends. It's just like, when you're just starting, and what you're gonna realize is 3, 4, 5 years down the road, those people are gonna come back in and be like, you're so great.
Right.
It's like, all right, I do. But yeah, that like perception of others, just, it's in everyone.
Tune it out, like, I mean, it's not that easy to do.
You don't.
But,
When someone leaves a negative YouTube comment, I'm like, fuck, am I really like super skinny and ugly and I'm not smart? Like, you know, like that's the first thought. My first thought isn't like, oh, that's just a dumb YouTube comment. My first thought is like, it stings. It's like a little cortisol spike.
Right.
So you don't tune out, but you focus on the good. You focus on the positive. Don't take this step. This is where I'm gonna be.
Well, like, where does your like drive and motivation come from? Like, were you always this way, like a go kind of person? Like that's what you come across as.
That's what I come across as. This vlog is gonna be about how I come across as that, but how I still feel like I'm only at like 10 or 15% of my capacity. How there are days that you don't see because I'm not snapping. I'm not filming on the days where I'm like, I don't want to get out of bed. On the days where I'm like, I need to reply to these emails, but instead, I'm going to lay there and watch an episode of Suits on USA, and then I'm going to watch some of Christian Guzman's vlog, and then I'm going to shower, and then I'm going to go eat a pint of ice cream, and then 2.5 hours have passed, and then I'm like, I really don't want to do those emails. Like, you don't see that, but like, that still exists. I have, like super honestly, drive probably comes from insecurity for me. From like not being athletic and like not being good at hockey and being cut growing up, from like the kids that I grew up with in my neighborhood like talking shit about me behind my back and like not being good friends, from like weird dark just like anyone who ever wronged me, like using that as motivation, like on the most basic simple thing that like you should quickly forgive someone for, to bad things that I hold on to that fuel me. Working with Gary and seeing how hard that dude hustles just opens my mind up to what a single human being can do. Like with 24 hours in a day, he blocks off 6 for sleep sometimes. I need 8 hours of sleep. That's still 16 hours. That's an insane amount of time. And if you really if I look at how I'm using those 16 hours, I could fit 3 times as much stuff in there if I really wanted to and really pushed it. There's also an element of drive that's like vain and ego based and like fame hoary and like liking recognition. There's an element of drive that's like very, very grateful that I was even born and that I'm on Earth and like that I get the opportunity to help people. And like, I just met this dude who flew to New York from Spain literally an hour ago. Messaged me, he's like, I'm coming to New York City from Spain. I love your YouTube channel so much. Like, will you meet me? And he's like, will you meet me for a workout? I was like, and I had just written a post about like I don't have time to like do these side things, and I had like 2 meetings I had to go to today. One with my developer and another one with this fitness guy. And I was like, yeah, I'll squeeze you in here. Like, just send me a message when you come to New York. Not thinking he actually would. And then he messaged me, and like, just now we went and met him. And he's like, you helped me so much. Like, I was so rigid with my nutrition, and then I realized how flexible I can be and still make progress. And since following me on YouTube, like, I've made this and this much progress. He bought me a sweet Nike cutoff, and like, it was just like, you really helped me. You really changed my life. So having the ability to have that impact on the world, because it's like on a one-to-one basis. If you help enough people one-to-one, you are having an impact on the world. And so that is definitely a point of motivation, a point of drive. But like, has it always been there? Has it been since I was young? Like, has it always been like this? No, because I've become a harder worker every single year for at least the last like 5 or 6 years. So I think it's something like that you can teach yourself, that you can like push yourself to do, mold yourself into.
So how do you stay organized, like with people like always emailing you or having meetings?
So I have certain things that I have to do every single day, and I do those things every single day. And I have them listed in Microsoft Excel, and I like use a lot of Excel for organizing and calendar. But like emailing coaching clients every single day, every week designing new programs, because these are like deadlines. I gave people expectations. Like, this is what I'm going to do. I said that, and then following up on those. So I guess like setting expectations and then reacting to them. You're going to get a new program by Friday. I have new clients starting on Monday. After this, we're going to go back and I'm going to finish like putting the final touches on. There's 3 of them, they're programs, and get those emailed out, because I said by the end of the day Friday, you're going to get this program. If I didn't say that, I don't know how I would schedule 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. on Friday. But like, I set the expectation. There's also an element of, I've always said that putting someone you respect in a position where they're paying attention to your work matters, because for most of us aren't super self-motivated, including myself, but if you find, I moved here to intern for John Romanello for free, and the fact that he was, like, I was making a meal plan to help him with one of his clients, and he was going to look at that mattered. That made me go really hard at that. The fact that, like, I have to be on the Upper East Side to train Gary every morning at 6 a.m., like, that's an expectation. Don't be here at 6:01, be here at 5:55. So it almost, there are all these things I have to do, and some of them are time sensitive, and those get done in the time they get done. But my organization isn't great. I might, if I have to do something by 10 p.m. on a Sunday, I might procrastinate from noon to 5 p.m. and then like the fire gets lit under my ass once the deadline's there.
Okay.
The reverse bet's another good one. It's something that got me to publish a blog post a week for the past, since the first week of January, and now we're late April, and I haven't missed a week. when I was 18 years old, I bet my mom $100 I could go a semester without eating any desserts, and $100 like meant the world to me at the time. And I did it, and I lost 18 pounds of body fat, and I went from not having abs to having abs in that period of time. So like setting these negative incentives, like something super bad happens to me if I don't do X, or like make a public declaration, like post it on social media or whatever, so like people know, then you got to do it.
Right. To hold yourself accountable.
Mm-hmm. The bad things got to be bad.
Okay.
You want to hear some weird shit, Delilah? I'm thinking about. You're like, no, I don't. I'm thinking about making a reverse bet where I have to pump out like an insane volume of content. 5 YouTubes a week, 3 blog posts a week, Instagram every single day, Snapchat nonstop every single day for a year. I'm thinking about it. I'm not doing this yet. Until my 30th birthday, which is in like 350 days or something. And if I don't, I have to like get something tattooed on my face.
What?
Yeah. Because like I would never want a tattoo on my face.
Yeah, I know, but what if, like life gets in the way and like...
Life doesn't get, like if you want it bad enough, life doesn't get in the way.
Okay.
So don't do that. I'm not telling you to do the tattoo bet. I want to see you in like 6 months and you're like, I got this like naked man tattooed on my face because you said to, like I don't want, but it has to be something that would really hurt you if you fail.
Okay. Different like challenges for myself like to do because I feel like that would be a motivator rather than just like where do I begin kind of thing.
It has
where
to
I've been stuck in.
A reverse bet has to be process oriented because you can't always control the results. Sometimes you do all the right things. You could do all the right things for 12 weeks and have zero revenue in your new business. But that doesn't mean you didn't do the right thing. Or you could like kind of half-ass it and end up making some money. But making it process oriented, meet X people rather than make Y dollars makes more sense.
Yeah. Okay. So what advice would you give like your 22-year-old self if you were...
How old are you?
22.
It's in a weird... Oh, you know what? Yeah, this is perfect. All right. When I was 22 years old, I was in my 4th year of school. The accounting program at Wisconsin was a 5-year program. You technically got a master's degree. So in the spring semester of my 4th year, there was an internship. And so you had a 3-month internship during busy season with a prestigious Big 4 accounting firm. I was at the esteemed PricewaterhouseCoopers, and I didn't even hate it. Like, it was cool. I did well at the work. People were nice and fine. Like, I wasn't into corporate culture at all. And, like, at the end of the internship, which was right around my 22nd birthday, I knew for a fact that I couldn't work this accounting job. That I couldn't work in a corporate office, that like this isn't what I wanted to be doing. This didn't feel right. I was researching all these different things to do, including like some extremes like Army Ranger, like Navy, and like Rangers and like Navy SEALs, and these things were like very, very elite where I probably wouldn't have made it, but like I wanted to shoot for what I thought at the time would have a big impact on society that was just like not accounting stuff. So I read Where Men Win Glory, The Odyssey of Pat Tillman at the time, and was like very inspired by his story. And I would tell myself to listen to my intuition, which I put, if I'm putting like 30% faith in my intuition right now, which I think is a lot, I was putting negative into it back then because I knew that wasn't what I was going to be doing, but everything pointed to you have to do this because, and there were sunk costs. It was like, you've already put 4 years into college. Your parents expect you to go. Like, my parents' friends think this is a really good job. You got good grades and you got great marks on your internship. I got a full-time offer for like a nice salary. It's like, you have to do this because this is the path you're on. And that's how I felt. Like, I felt like the decisions I made from 17 to 22 led me here, and I'd be throwing it all away if I didn't take this job. So I was the last person to sign in my start class, and I didn't want to sign because I was just like, this isn't what I want to do. But I didn't see other realistic options. So I guess my advice would be, like act on the feeling in my gut, and not let my perception of what I should do dictate that decision.
Right. Okay. Makes sense.
But at the same time, if I went and like enrolled in like, I'd be super pissed at myself because I wouldn't have been able to get out of a branch of the military after 2 years. Like, I took the full-time job and I quit the full-time job after 2 years. So,
Right.
but who knows where that path leads? Like, I just think we all know in our gut when we're gonna do something, right? Like if you have a feeling that you need to do something, you know you're going to, and it can be as simple as like, I need to call this friend, but we procrastinate that decision making for sometimes an hour, sometimes a few days, sometimes weeks, or things we know we need to do can be procrastinated for years. I've never met my biological father before. I procrastinated reaching out to him for like 5 years of my life. It's like, if you just act on your intuition as soon as you feel it, maybe you make some mistakes and maybe like you look dumb along the way, but like it's gonna pay off huge in the long run. Like, you're just gonna get there faster.
Yeah. Do you feel like meditation helps?
Yeah, I'm very like inexperienced at it, but it calms me. It reduces my anxiety and it increases my ability to focus. And I've meditated. I like practice mindfulness, focusing on my breath, sitting on my butt, and like not thinking about anything 2.5 years ago. In the last 8, 10, 12 months, I've gotten more serious about it, where I took a 10-day course, which was 20 minutes in the morning, 10 minutes at night with like an instructor. And since then, I've meditated probably 70 to 80% of days for 10 minutes, like in the afternoon or evening. And yeah, it has, it makes me less distracted. Oh, do you meditate?
I've tried to in the past, but it's always been like a one-time thing.
Yeah.
Like I'll go to a class or something like that.
Yeah.
But as far as making it a daily practice.
Yeah. It's helped a lot. Like, yeah. With my ability to focus and my ability to act faster, to like not second guess myself, and just to like do the thing that I know I should be doing.
Like, my thing is, like, how do you just, like, take the action? Like, not hesitate. I always feel like that's my thing. Like, I always hesitate. Like, I know the thing that I want to be doing, or, like, I should be doing kind of thing. Like, I know what my intuition's saying, but it's just, like, I guess resistance is there. And then I just won't do it. And then it's just, like, this cycle.
You gotta fight the resistance. Have you read Pressfield's stuff? Oh, well, he talks about the resistance in The War of Art. You should absolutely read that book tonight. You should read The War of Art tonight.
The War of Art? Okay.
Seriously, like that'll help you a lot, because that's what it is. It's like, and like, there's arguments. Is the resistance real? I don't know, but everyone feels it. And if you position yourself like you're in a battle with it, if you recognize it and then try to beat it and push through it, that's gonna help you.
Right.
Like, what are the actions that you feel like you hesitate on?
Well, I mean, just in general, like, at work, speaking to my supervisor about things, how I wanted to change my role, make it better, like, things like that, like, I would procrastinate, like, weeks on doing just because it would make me nervous, like, in front of my supervisor.
Because you're afraid, like, he or she might be, like mad at you for like, breaching that topic, or, like, think you're not in a position to breach that topic. But what's the worst thing that happens? You get fired? Good, then you can interview more artists. Yeah, I don't have a good answer for like beating that, other than setting the process-oriented goals and putting yourself in a position where you have to execute.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Yeah, you bet. You should. I would set up a way that forces you to start the side grind. Because like, what a lot of people don't know is my side grind was online poker, which allowed me to build up my net worth at the time, my like my like runway of cash so that I could quit and not be like, oh, I only have 3 months to take the shot, but like have the opportunity to give it a real shot. So a side grind could even be like a part-time job that pays, even if it's not related to what you're trying to do, so that you have enough money to quit and take a shot. Or a side hustle can be directly related to something you're interested in. And you're 22. You don't have to commit to journalism. I'm going to be the greatest journalist of all time. Guess what? You can start pursuing that goal, and in 3 months, you can be like, you know what? That's actually not what I want to do, and you can change your mind. But if you don't give it a shot, then you can't change it. And you're not going to know, because you didn't like go through the 3 months and figuring it out.
Right. I know. Yeah. I think it's just about like trying different things and then seeing. Like
Pick one and try.
Yeah.
You should interview a whole bunch of artists in New York City.
Yeah, I know. Because especially in the summer, I was like, there's so many like street performers and like cool people around.
Yeah. And like you know, you could just like set up your phone as a camera, and you could post that to YouTube. The interview, you can like use the transcript, use this and have a transcript, and then like write a blog up on it. Like, there's so many things you can do with that content.
Yeah.
People will be interested in. People pay attention to the internet. People who are into art will be like, oh, this is really cool. Get traffic, get an audience. And then, if you want to sell them something, that's where the revenue comes from.
Right. Yeah, I was thinking YouTube as an avenue.
Yeah. I love it. Make it happen.
All right, thank you.
Yeah. Where can I check up on you in like 3 months and make sure you're killing it?
Yeah.
Your YouTube? Do you have a YouTube channel?
I do, but there's
not stuff on it, though?
On it.
All right, then
It's
you
just
got
my name.
Then you have to email me in 3 months
I will.
and be like, here's what I'm doing, and I interviewed all these people. I'm serious.
I will.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, I trust you.
Thank you.
You bet.
That book you said, The War of Art.
The War of Art by Stephen Pressfield.